Welcome to Taylor House Museum, a carefully restored early 19th century dwelling that stands today as a house museum, giving visitors a look into life 185 years ago, as well as the repository for local memorabilia, showcasing Berlin's rich local heritage. Anchored on the north edge of America's coolest small town, the Taylor House Museum is located in Berlin's National Register Historic District and is one of 47 structures listed on the National Register of Historic Places. This house was constructed on two lots at the edge of town in 1832 by prominent resident and town merchant Isaac Covington. Covington had the house constructed for himself and his wife Amelia Franklin Covington, using a local craftsman who appears to have constructed more than 24 other dwellings in Berlin during this time period. The original house was a two-story, gable-front, Federal-style dwelling. The interior of the home was designed with a Federal stair rising in the northeast corner of a transverse hall, double parlors, a dining room, and a small office on the first floor. The second floor consisted of an upstairs hallway and 4 bedrooms to accommodate Mr. and Mrs. Covington and their 5 children. A mixture of Federal-style woodwork and decorative mantels were installed throughout the home. Isaac Covington died in 1845, and his wife Amelia retained the property until her death in 1863. While the house has been the home of several Berlin residents over the years, the most well-known occupant was Calvin B. Taylor, founder of the Calvin B. Taylor Banking Company that is still in business today. Mr. Taylor and his family lived in the home from the 1890s until his death in 1932. Several changes were made to the residence during their occupancy, including the addition of a 2-story, 2-room service wing at the back of the house and installation of several stained glass windows. After Calvin B. Taylor's death, the house went through several changes of ownership. In 1981, the United States Postal Service planned to demolish the home and construct a new post office on the lot. A group of local citizens convinced the town council to purchase the property and turn it over to the newly established Berlin Heritage Foundation. The foundation secured private contributions and a grant from the Maryland Historical Trust to begin restoration as the Calvin B. Taylor House Museum. For the last 35 years, the foundation has continued to work to restore and preserve the house and acquire 19th century furnishings, floor cloths, and window dressings to accurately interpret the main block of the house as it was when the Covingtons resided there in the early to mid-1800s. The windows and woodwork of the house are original, and the graining on the woodwork has been carefully restored to its original mahogany and maple appearance. The West Wing now houses an upstairs gallery displaying a large collection of local memorabilia, including displays such as the 1937 Triple Crown winner War Admiral, owned by the Glen Riddle Farm just east of Berlin, Charles Albert Tindley, born in Berlin in 1851, who wrote the hymn "I'll Overcome Someday," which later became the famous "We Shall Overcome," and a display of Berlin resident Jesse Holland's invention, the turn signal, used on automobiles. The downstairs is now a meeting room called the Harrison Room and features displays of the Harrison family and the Harrison Fruit Tree Nursery, one of the world's largest fruit producers from 1884 to 1962. The Berlin Heritage Foundation hosts many events throughout each year, including Afternoon on the Lawn concert series, the Berlin Peach Festival, and the Classical Christmas Concert and Dinner. We invite you to visit Taylor House Museum. Come and explore our historic rooms and fascinating displays. You won't be disappointed.